Mike was saying he thought this was your best offseason program since he's been here with you. One, would you agree? And two, if you do, why is that? What?
Yeah, I mean, I'd agree. Just first and foremost is it's what I put into this game. It's what this game means to me. I talk about it every offseason. Any chance we talk, that my focus is always getting better overall in every way that I can, every aspect of my game, and making sure I push the other people around me. And Mike's comments are a result of us doing that from the time this offseason began. Before it began with the team activities, us guys getting together, to really the growth, I guess you can say, in my play and the jump I'm making is the second year in his offense as well, is being more comfortable right with the footwork. Guys, the receivers around me, their second year in it, they're more comfortable, they're more confident. Things are just faster off the line from the huddle through the play to the scramble drill when a play doesn't work. We were truly understanding. Everybody understands, I guess you can say, and it's just making the communication, my approach, and just allowing me obviously to play with more confidence.
It was such an uncharacteristic performance by the team to end last season. Has that been any motivation at this stage, or is that something this stage is just kind of breaking it down, work on yourself, and the motivation or what you need really kind of goes into training camp forward?
Yeah, I mean, that should be the start of your off season. I mean, that's got to motivate you individually as a man, and then obviously as a football player to go and accomplish the off season that you want to have, take the steps necessary that you need in the time before you get back with the team, and then when you get back into the team group, obviously everybody feels it, and so that urgency even increases at that. But at this point, it's about improving on where we are. We're in a much better place right now than we were a year ago at this time, and it's about continuing to make those steps. And yeah, that'll always be a motivation factor depending on who you are, what you did in that game, and how it played out. And so, yeah, it'll continue, but it's about just making sure these guys are getting better. We all understand the urgencies of us improving.
Why do you say you're in a better place now than you were a year ago?
Yeah, I mean, just second year offensively for sure, right? Second year in Mike's offense. Yeah, that last year at this time, right, was the first time you're hearing these things. You're on the 500 level now, you know what I mean? And you're talking these plays in particular game situations, down in distances, and not just, you know, the breaks, the alignments, and things like that, right? We were getting into the nuts and the bolts of the thing. So, yeah, it's just year two of anything. I'm sure year two, and, you know,
right,
when you're covering, you're a lot more better, a lot confident in it. And I just think that us and the quarterbacks, we just broke down at the end of practice and talked about what we felt good about this offseason in comparison. And, yeah, that was the first thing, is being in year two, everything's faster.
People on the outside will say, look at the team and say you lost a lot of guys. You didn't replace a lot of veterans. You're going with a lot of young guys. They wouldn't say you're better off talent-wise. And how would you address that?
Talent's just the beginning, first off, and you don't win games with just talent. So, and you don't win games on paper, and talent's really not decided on paper. So, I understand what it looks like, what it may look like from the outside. I understand the lack of moves, I guess, done creates that right conversation. But I'm confident in the men we have. Honestly, I just said it when I was talking about breaking the quarterbacks down. For the last 3 years, going back to, I guess, Tyler Smith's rookie class, right? I was like, man, it's the best rookie class I've seen. To said it last year, to honestly, I said it again. I'll say it now and very confidently say that they're better than last year's best class. And that's credit to each and every one of those guys who've come in with the right mindset, credit to our coaches that I'm confident in what we've got, what we can do. Second year in this offense, you'll see some guys that, you know, maybe just didn't have the opportunity, whose opportunity is upon us and going to make big plays. Guys like Jalen Brooks, Cropper, you know, a bunch of Deuce, a bunch of guys that, you know, just were young, but their time's coming.
Today in 7-on-7, some big plays on both sides of the ball, big energy on both sides of the ball after those big plays. How good does it feel to kind of already have a training camp feel to your reps in early June?
I love it. We all know I love to compete, talk trash. So that's the base of it. You have to have fun doing this, and we know each and every day we're going to come in, we're going to compete against each other, but we're trying to get each other better. And so, no better way than competing, talking, having energies high, celebrating after big plays, and it just makes it fun. It makes that whole iron sharpen iron fun. Understanding you're dealing with heat, dealing with all this other stuff, but at the end of the day, we're just trying to get better, and let's have fun doing it.
How do you balance that? How do you balance this period until camp going forward? Because you have the personal time to get away from it, but you also take a trip with some of the guys and bond and work there and work on routes. So kind of what does your schedule look like from this point on, how you address it?
Yeah, I've got a busy couple of weeks coming up, honestly. but I'm just doing what I always do. I feel like I say it all the time. I'm going to stay present. Right now it's this interview. Right now it's, getting to meet with these guys this afternoon. Finishing minicamp tomorrow, and then from there I'll see what that day has. And that's what have always allowed me to have the energy to have a crazy schedule, to be able to enjoy my time with my family. And then when it's football, and that's where all my energy goes is just by staying present. So no better time for me to practice that, honestly, than this month, busy month that I have coming up.
How has been a dad change in you going away with the guys? I mean, would that make a difference this year than in past years when you were single and you really have the responsibilities?
No, family would enjoy a trip, so they won't necessarily be with the guys, with us, but mom and baby girl can go enjoy a trip themselves, so it's part of it. I've talked about it before. She does a great job of just allowing me to focus when I need to focus, and football is what allows us to have that life. Yeah, I mean, they may join the trip, not with the guys like I said, but at the end of the day, it's a blessing to have that responsibility and be able to balance the two, and being present is what allows me to do it.
Yeah,
There's always a sense of urgency around here, but there's also some uncertainty with contracts for guys. Last year for you, last year for some guys, every coach, all that stuff. Does it raise any urgency as you're going into this season?
This is the urgency you should always have, to be honest. So maybe guys who normally wouldn't feel it. So I don't mind it. Been in this position before. I'm a gambling man. Will gamble on myself and my guys. So not actually, guys. I understand. I understand. There's been a lot of shit with that. So. Not that way. Just a hot. So yeah. That being said, yeah. There you go.
Dak, in the last year we've talked about Mike McCarthy's offense, but what role has Brian Schottenheimer played in everything and getting you guys ready and implementing? Yeah,
huge role. One of the best coaches I've been around, hands down. Probably doesn't get enough credit. Like you said, I'm always saying Mike's offense, and I think Mike would tell you this is our offense, going into the stuff that we did before those guys got here and detailing it with him, adding some of the things he did best, to Shotty coming in, adding some of the things they've done best, and detailing the plays that I had. That, yeah, it's a collective effort, and Shotty is a hell of a coach, super detailed, no better guy, and calling guys out, making them be accountable at the same time, praising those guys, praising those men, making them feel confident through a mistake, through a good play. So he's a hell of a coach, and we're blessed to have him, and we made a huge leap because of him, and we'll make another one because of what he puts into this.
You talked about the young receivers. Is the blessing in disguise, obviously you want CD here.
Yeah.
But those guys getting a lot of reps with the first team, getting a lot of more reps with you.
Yep. No, for sure. No, you're right. I mean, obviously CD's handling business. Nobody's more in his corner than I am, understanding that's his chess move, and he's got to do that. So I know him. I know he's been working. As I said, I've thrown with him, so he's just fine. But, yeah, the fact of him not being there, as I said, the Crops, the Brooks, some of these guys being able to get in there and take those reps, right? Tober playing all three positions and getting valuable reps with me, and honestly growing my confidence of them, that those guys are going to have to make plays and catches in games, and they're getting more confident in each rep that they get. And so, yeah, it's been a positive.
Where were you Monday when the Jefferson contract came down, and did you text CD and say, let's get it done, or where are you?
Yeah, I think I was in here doing physicals, and, yeah, I called him.
Would you ever want to fly with Brandon?
No. I mean, I would, though, honestly. It doesn't sound exciting, but I'm a gambling man. And, yeah, and I guess it'd be fun. Honestly, it'd be fun. It'd be a thrill. I trust him, honestly. I know the guy that he is. I know how he is with football, and so just know who he is, that he's a hell of a pilot, and just the way that he approaches life.
Have you asked him about what it's like or why he got interested in that, anything like that?
I forget why he got interested in it. I think just he realized it was a challenge. He realized he could do it in 5 months or so and be qualified, and went and did it just that way. I mean, I think that speaks to who he is. And yeah, I mean, I see pictures I think that he's posting on social media as the rest of us have, and just shake our heads. But no, I'll go one day. Don't look forward to it necessarily, but it'll be exciting when it happens.
Mike has been pretty vocal about leadership and culture. He wasn't here throughout the offseason, the voluntary portion. Are you cool with his approach in those regards?
One more time?
Micah.
Okay, I thought you said Mike. One more time. Say again then.
Micah, he's pretty vocal about leadership culture, wasn't here all the time in the offseason. Just wondered if you're cool with his approach to things in those regards.
I didn't hear his interview. What was his approach?
Missing voluntary OTAs.
I don't want to speak on it. Mike is always going to talk. I respect Micah. He's a smart guy. He understands and he knows what he's saying and what he's getting at. He's a president of a media group, so I don't want to jump into what exactly he said, but I truly just didn't watch the interview, and I don't know what he said.
Not having him here all the time in the offseason, are you okay with that approach from him?
I mean, once it goes to the approach like I talked about, CD. At the end of the day, these guys are professionals. This is option. You know what I mean? It's optional. I'm here, right? Would love for Mike to be here. Trust me, he's heard me say that, but this is optional. I know he's getting better. I know he's working on his body, so I don't have any angst or concerns there. Yeah, he's going to be the best player that he needs to be, and he'll get himself that way in the training, and he'll get the knowledge that he needs to from Zim and the guys.
We're going to finish up with Nick right here.
Dak, no secret that you'll have a different center this year going into 2024. What intention and effort do you put into assimilating that new center, whoever it might be?
Yeah, I mean, just the communication, speeding up the process, giving that guy a lot of confidence and being able to get the calls out to Ferg so Ferg can feel confident, not bother me, and just really just trusting, giving him my trust so he understands that we all trust him. And it's been Brock, it's been BB, and they're doing an amazing job. TJ Bass, they're all getting in there. Dakota Shep, and have done a great job. So I don't want to say we're worried about that position at all. One of those guys will take over and run.
How tough would you say that battle would be? How tough would you say that battle's going to be in Austin?
I think it'll be fun. It's anytime you've got competition and you've got a couple of guys who are capable of that being their job and are fighting for it, so you're going to get at least 2 or 3 guys better out of it, no matter who gets the job. So it's fun.
You mentioned the rookie class. What have you seen from Guyton? What has caught your eye about him?
Yeah, this whole class, just how smart they are, them understanding the attention to details, following the old guys, asking questions, not being hesitant. A lot of times you get rookies come in, the eyes are down, this group walks around, head up, looking to engage in conversation, looking to learn, and it starts with Guyton, honestly. Leader of that group, first pick, and he's done a great job, as the rest of them have, of coming in and having a great offseason to make sure that they hit training camp full speed.
How have these last few months been with Zeke back in the building and how he's looked?
The fucking best.